A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a stunning turn of events, the United States Department of Justice has acknowledged a significant oversight in the grand jury proceedings against former FBI Director James Comey. This revelation came to light during a tense 90-minute hearing in federal court in Alexandria, Virginia, where Comey's legal team is fighting to dismiss the criminal charges against him. The indictment against Comey is under scrutiny, as it has been revealed that the grand jury did not receive a copy of the final indictment, raising serious questions about the integrity of the prosecution process. Comey's lawyers argue that the indictment should be thrown out, citing not just prosecutorial missteps, but also alleged political motivations tied to President Donald Trump. Comey, who has been a vocal critic of Trump, is one of three prominent figures to face indictments in recent weeks, alongside New York Attorney General Letitia James and former National Security Advisor John Bolton. During the hearing, Comey's defense attorney, Michael Dreeben, emphasized the extraordinary nature of the case, stating, "This is an extraordinary case, and it merits an extraordinary remedy." Dreeben described the indictment as a blatant use of criminal justice to achieve political ends, reflecting the defense's stance that the legal system is being weaponized for political retribution. The prosecution, led by Tyler Lemons from the Justice Department, maintained that the indictment met the legal threshold for trial. However, under questioning from U.S. District Judge Michael Nachmanoff, Lemons conceded that the grand jury that approved the indictment had not seen its final draft. This admission has sparked a wave of criticism regarding the procedural integrity of the indictment process. Judge Nachmanoff's probing questions revealed that only the foreperson of the grand jury and one other juror were present when the indictment was returned. This lack of full grand jury participation raises the question of whether the indictment can stand, given the legal requirement for proper procedures to be followed. The backdrop to this case is fraught with political tension, particularly given Comey's contentious relationship with Trump. After Comey was fired in 2017, he became a prominent critic of the Trump administration, famously stating in a 2018 interview that Trump is morally unfit to be president. Trump's criticisms of Comey have been relentless, labeling him a slimeball and accusing him of giving Hillary Clinton a free pass during the FBI's investigation into her email practices. The defense team has pointed to Trump's public statements calling for Comey's indictment as evidence of political motivation behind the charges. In September, Trump urged Attorney General Pam Bondi on social media to act against Comey and James, declaring them guilty as hell. Dreeben argued that this statement serves as an admission of political prosecution, suggesting that the indictment was not based on legal grounds, but rather on Trump's personal vendetta against Comey. Adding to the complexity of the case, the appointment of acting U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan, who replaced a prosecutor that reportedly declined to pursue the indictment due to insufficient evidence, has raised eyebrows. Dreeben contends that this change in leadership indicates a shift towards vindictive prosecution orchestrated by Trump. In response, Lemons asserted that Comey's indictment was not directed by Trump or any other government official, attempting to distance the Justice Department from the political implications of the case. However, the defense's argument hinges on the perception that the prosecution is tainted by political motives, a narrative that resonates in the current polarized political climate. As the hearing unfolded, it became apparent that the legal battle over Comey's indictment is not just about the charges themselves, but also about the broader implications of political influence within the judicial system. The defense has highlighted multiple irregularities in the indictment process, including misleading statements from prosecutors and concerns over the grand jury's ability to make an informed decision without reviewing the final indictment. The implications of this case extend beyond Comey himself, touching on the integrity of the Justice Department and its handling of politically charged cases. As the legal proceedings continue, the spotlight remains on the intersection of law and politics, raising critical questions about accountability and the influence of political power on judicial processes. With the stakes high and the political ramifications profound, the outcome of Comey's case could set a precedent for how future political figures are prosecuted and the extent to which the legal system can be perceived as impartial. As this story develops, it will undoubtedly continue to capture national attention, reflecting the ongoing tensions in American politics and governance. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.